When I was in my early 20s, I decided to dive into a hobby that had interested me for most of my life: amateur astronomy. But the question was, where do you begin learning about and studying a hobby that literally spans the entire universe? I started with some internet websites like cloudynights.com, which is still a wonderful resource that you can use to this day, but I really wanted a book that I could own and a book that I could study and go back to time and time again to learn how to get into astronomy and also how to get deeper into it if I decided to stick with it. That book ended up being the third edition of the Backyard Astronomer's Guide, and it was a wonderful resource that I read from cover to cover that really got me into this hobby, teaching me the equipment I would want to own, how to use it, and even how to image the nighttime sky through astrophotography. So when the good people at Firefly Publishing reached out to me and offered to send me a copy of the newest edition to share with you all, I jumped at the opportunity because of how important the last version of this book was to me so many years ago. If you enjoy this video, please like it and subscribe to this channel. But most importantly, let me know about your questions and experiences that you have about getting into amateur astronomy or astrophotography in the comments section below. Let's begin by opening up this fourth edition and diving into it section by section and even chapter by chapter to see what it has to offer for you, whether you're brand new to this hobby or have years and decades of experience. What I love about this book is how it caters to a range of experience levels. Part one of it is written for those of you who are brand new to amateur astronomy, and it'll walk you through all the wonderful things that you can see in the daytime, evening, and night sky with just your own two eyes. The difficulties of light pollution and understanding your own night sky with its beauty and limitations come into focus here as well. Beautiful maps of the brightest stars and constellations that make up the night sky, along with the basic principles of star hopping, are introduced to you to allow you to dip your toes into navigating through the sky above. From here, we reach the first buying guide of this book, and it's where everyone should start when entering amateur astronomy, by looking to get a solid pair of binoculars. Differences in design and suggestions of several brands at various price levels get you started with your first major piece of equipment. What's a pair of binoculars without a guide of what you can see with them? The Backyard Astronomer's Guide has you covered there as well, with detailed star charts for the northern and southern hemisphere. If part one was all about showing the basic introduction to this hobby for those of you who may be brand new, part two starts to show us some of the complexities of amateur astronomy and the cost that can come from it if you're looking to purchase your first telescope. I love how the first thing you see in this section is a chart showing realistic expectations of what you will see and not see with your new telescope. Choosing the best telescope for your needs and budget is the main focus of this section, and it guides you through what to look for and maybe more importantly what to stay away from for your first purchase. A wide range of options are presented here, from refractors ranging from $150 to $300 to Schmidt Cassegrains that run well over $1,000. After buying your new telescope, your attention, like this book, will move towards eyepieces and accessories. Technical specifications and ways to calculate magnification are all presented here for a wide range of eyepiece designs and prices. Choosing filters is maybe more difficult than eyepieces, and the Backyard Astronomer's Guide has you covered with explanations for planetary filters and nebula filters. Technical breakdowns and impressive how-to guides are throughout the book, including the basics of maintenance and collimation that is covered in the appendix. If you've purchased a go-to telescope, a detailed guide that in my opinion is better than most user manuals We'll get you started with these types of advanced telescopes and walk you through everything from polar alignment to two-star alignment. Now that we have a good understanding of some of the equipment that you can buy in amateur astronomy, let's take a look at what the book has to say with what you can see in the nighttime sky, beginning with some great diagrams and information of how you can explore our closest neighbor, the moon. What follows is a gorgeous 14-day journey of the best objects to view on the lunar surface from the new moon to the full moon. Whether you have binoculars or a telescope, this is a guide worth spending your time on when beginning to study the incredible lunar surface. Moving away from the moon, the tour of our night sky continues with a specific section given to each of the 8 major planets of our solar system. Everything from the opposition of Mars and tilting rings of Saturn to the distant ice planets of Neptune and Uranus are covered here for you. Moving out from our solar system takes us into deep space. Guides and realistic expectations present a tour of the best stars, star clusters, nebulas, supernova remnants, and galaxies presented in beautiful illustrations and images. Just as before, an impressive tour of the best deep sky objects of the northern and southern sky are presented with some great highlights that will keep you busy for years to come. The final portion of this book takes us into the complicated and fascinating realm of astrophotography. I'm particularly impressed with the time and effort that was put into expanding this portion of the book in particular. This is a wide-ranging look at astrophotography that'll be good for those of you who are new to the hobby or even have months or years of experience imaging the nighttime sky. From cell phones to DSLRs and DSLMs, this book presents a range of equipment and lenses that can cost hundreds to thousands of dollars. I specifically found the portion on camera settings to be a great starting point for those looking to do tripod shooting and star trails with a DSLR camera. My SkyGuider Pro is mentioned in this book as well for long exposure photography. Advanced features such as auto-guiding along with the benefits of capturing light, dark, flat, and bias frames are covered here as well. When it comes to processing your astrophotography, a general workflow is presented for Photoshop and Lightroom. The 4th edition of the Backyard Astronomer's Guide continues the tradition of being the go-to resource in amateur astronomy, regardless of your experience level. I'd like to personally thank Terrence Dickinson and Alan Dyer for their work on this project for decades now. You helped me get into this hobby years ago, and I still learn things from this book and from what you've put into it all these years later. If there are any resources that have helped you get into amateur astronomy or astrophotography, please let me know what those are in the comment section below. Thank you all so much for your continued support, and clear skies from Late Night Astronomy.